about 3:53 this morning, uniformed officers from the 3rd Police District responded to a call for a person shot on the 1100 block of South 11th Street, 1132 to be exact, at an establishment called 7 Elements Restaurant Bar Lounge. Upon arrival, officers discovered 3 persons suffering from gunshot wounds. They were immediately taken to area hospitals. At least 2 of them are currently listed in critical condition. Since that time, we have learned that in addition to the 3 that police transported to the hospitals, an additional 8 have come into area hospitals, various hospitals in the area, suffering from gunshot wounds from this incident. So at this point, we believe there were 11 victims who were shot as a result of this incident at this particular location. We heard that there is a possibility that there may be another person, making it 12, but we have not been able to confirm that at this time. Given that there are so many victims, I cannot give you specifics as to where each individual was shot. However, they were shot in various parts of the body. The most serious injuries were a person working ostensibly as a security guard who was shot in the face, and also a woman who was shot in the back. They're both listed in critical condition. Others are reported to have been shot in the legs, extremities, arms, etc., and suffering other non-life-threatening gunshot injuries.
Tensions continue to escalate. Philadelphia's mayor desperately urging the city's blue-collar employees to return to work as the strike moves into its 4th day.
The history books will say that Mayor Sherelle Parker did right by the blue-collar men and women of District Council 33 and put an offer on the table that no other municipal blue-collar workers in the nation could be able to say.
Members of District Council 33 remain on the picket line tonight, though, as city services suffer and thousands of people coming into town to celebrate the 4th of July. It is Thursday night, and the big story in Action News is the ongoing city workers' strike and its growing impact on 4th of July celebrations. And breaking just moments ago, rapper and entertainer LL Cool J, the headliner for the YAHAWAH Welcome America concert, says he will not cross the picket line and will not perform if the strike is still underway tomorrow. It's just one way the strike...
But there's absolutely no way that I could perform, cross a picket line and pick up money when I know that people are out there fighting for a living wage. I'm not doing that.
It is just one way the strike is impacting Philadelphians this holiday weekend. Action News reporter Brianna Gallagher is live along the Parkway tonight with all the latest developments. And Brianna, we seem to be nowhere near a deal to end this continuing strike.
That's right, Rick. And within the hour, LL Cool J taking to social media to reveal this news, and comments are pouring in supporting his decision. Meanwhile, we are in day 3 of this strike, and at this point, there is no timeline as to when those negotiations are expected to resume.
In order to come back to the bargain table, you have to have a counter proposal to be able to do. Now, we just presented to the city what we thought was a very, very fair counter proposal last night. They rejected it and came back with very much the same proposal that they've had.
Negotiations between District Council 33 and the city ended overnight without a deal.
The city of Philadelphia offered to return to the table today, and the union did not accept that offer.
Calling us in a room and sitting down for hours after hours after hours when there's no dialogue going on is wasting our time. So that's why we're going to go back, sit, revise our proposal, get it over to the city, and then we'll happily meet with them.
As the strike lingers, so does the trash. The view from Chopper 6 shows blocks being taken over by hundreds of trash bags and even bulk items like mattresses and construction debris.
It's not sanitary at all. The rats gonna be out here tonight.
Meanwhile, city officials say Independence Day celebrations along the Parkway will go on as planned.
There will be no stopping us on delivering what will be the best in the country, 4th of July.
With sanitation workers on the picket line, mountains of trash piling up, thousands of tourists are coming into the city. They're taking note.
There's a smell. There's a distinct smell. I don't know if that's Philly or if that's the trash.
Residents hope they can come to a resolution sooner rather than later.
We have essential workers that provide our services, and if you have essential workers, you got to pay them essentially.
You can call me a one-term mayor, but I'll tell you what I will not do. I will not put the fiscal stability of the city of Philadelphia in jeopardy for no one. If that means I'm a one-term mayor, then so be it.
Breaking right now at 6 o'clock on CBS News Philadelphia, new surveillance video appearing to show immigration officials raiding a Philadelphia car wash, detaining several workers. Good evening, everyone. I'm UQ Washington. This all comes amid ICE raids playing out in cities all across the country, with the Trump administration taking aim at illegal immigrants. CBS Philadelphia's Dan Snyder is on scene right now, where he just spoke to neighbors. Dan, good evening.
Oh, good evening, Yuki. And that car wash behind me is closed right now. That's here at Hunting Park and H. But talking with people in the neighborhood, they say it was just after 9 this morning that several groups of law enforcement officers rolled up and hauled people out of this car wash. Now, we were able to obtain some video from a neighboring business. Go ahead and take a look. You can see in that video those officers, they pull up, and that sends several people running. Now, that neighboring business owner could not tell us whether those detained today were here illegally, but he said many of them have been working at this car wash for years. In one of the videos the business owner provided, it does appear on the back of one of the officers' flak jackets to say the words ICE. We did reach out to ICE, who simply told us this is an ongoing matter and they did not have any comment at this time. And we have not had confirmation on how many people were detained in this morning's raid. People in the neighborhood told us anywhere between 7 and 9. We also don't know at this time why this car wash was the target.
Recent wave of immigration enforcement, they say their loved ones have been detained and in some cases deported. CBS News Philadelphia's Alicia Roberts reports.
Families impacted by recent ICE raids gathered at the Reformed Church of the Ascension in Norristown, calling for change.
Everybody's scared.
This woman named Rose says both her cousin and brother-in-law were taken into custody by ICE last month. Rose says neither had any prior criminal records.
Nobody wants to go out, right? And the tough part is that people have to go to work. The community's terrified. This is not, I'm a U.S. citizen, I'm here, right? But every single day I live with uncertainty because I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
And hers is not the only case. Since the end of May, local activists estimate more than 25 people have been arrested and at least 5 deported from Norristown alone.
No era un criminal.
He's never had any sort of incident with the law. He came here, he always had a consistent job. That was his main focus, is to be able to provide for his family.
Julieta Guadalupe Adan says her 34-year-old brother Alejandro was deported to Mexico. She says he came to the U.S. 4 years ago without documentation to work as a landscaper. For her, how this happened has been especially hard.
No le pude poner dinero para regresar.
He was dropped off without any of his documentation, no passport, no information, no money.
For now, this community, like so many, is working to use their voices to help their loved ones in this fight that's likely far from over.
We're just hoping that we can get out of this.
We reached out to ICE to confirm the number of arrests and deportations. We are still waiting to hear back.
Others at this protest say they're not just standing up for themselves, but for their friends and family. Today's march follows questions about more ICE arrests happening around the region.
NBC 10's Yukari Nakayama has been reaching out to federal officials to get answers. She joins us live in Center City with more. Yukari?
Yeah, well, these protesters have told me that they showed up today to fight for those who are too afraid to leave their homes because of their immigration status. Just take a look right behind me at this crowd. It's been growing for the last couple hours. We're right outside of the detention center here in Philadelphia. Now, things have been feeling intense for the immigrant community in our city, especially in South Philly today. Now, take a look at this video that was shared on a public Facebook page and made its rounds on social media. It shows a man being arrested by agents wearing DEA vests. This was reportedly happened on 7th and Snyder this morning around 7 a.m. The DEA said that this was an assisted arrest with the ERO, that is the Enforcement Removal Operations, which is a subsection of ICE. We have spoken with a DEA representative, and we're still working on confirming the identity of that man and whether he had a warrant out for his arrest. Neighbors say this activity has left their community on edge.
I feel so bad because it's the first time is what happened.
Are you feeling scared?
Yeah. But whatever is gonna happen is gonna happen.
Right, all praises to the Most High God. Right, so I know across the country there has been, because of the ICE situation, not as many Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, not as many Latinos celebrating the 4th of July, right, because of the whole ICE situation, right? But trust me, right, it has to be small and few. I'm only basing it upon my city because, I just took a little drive around, right, around my area, right, because I actually live maybe 5 blocks down, start being a lot of the Latino community. Just drove around that area, right, and you still see them out there. Well, of course, you got Judah celebrating it. They about as dumb as a brick, right? But we know Northern Kingdom is just the same, if not worse, right? So I go around that area, right, all out there, got the kids out there sitting, drinking, chilling, right? I mean, celebrating it, no problem, right? In spite of all of this, being arrested through ICE and things of this nature, in spite of all of that, right, they still made sure that they celebrated the independence, right, of the white man from the white man. You see that, right? So this is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 28. I'm reading the NLT. And the Lord will strike you with madness, right? Right? There gotta be madness when you can go around and see your people being locked up, right? Knowing that they are the hardest workers that are in this country, right? Right? But then you go and celebrate the independence of this country that's going around and separating your family, right? Taking dads from homes, right? Just breaking up homes, right? And you go out there and, hey man, hey, I'm not, and this is Negro's famous thing. Hey, I'm not celebrating it because of America's independence. I'm celebrating it because because of family, right? So my family and my kids can do something. To celebrate that shit another day, right? Celebrate it another week, right? The Lord will strike you with madness, with blindness, right? You don't even see what you're doing, right? And it doesn't even much matter, right? Because you will go around and say things about this country to your kids because what they're doing to your people, but then they will see you celebrating their bullshit holidays, right? And panic, right? And let's look at this panic. Let's just go into this real quick.
Panic.
Right, panic. Sudden, uncontrollable fear or anxiety, often causing wild and unthinkable behavior, right? This is not rational behavior, right? To get hit upside the head, to get harassed, right? To get persecuted by people, and then celebrate a special commemorable day, right, in their history, right? This is not rational, right, behavior, right? It's very wild and unthinkable behavior, because guess what? They wouldn't do it to you. You see that? They wouldn't celebrate you being freed while you go around and harass them, right? Let's go back to these curses. Verse 29, you will grope around in broad daylight as a blind man gropeth in darkness, but you will not find your way. You will be oppressed and robbed continually, and no one will come and save you, right? So that's what we see, right? Y'all Latinos, right? We already know, right? Judah, right? The Southern Kingdom, right? Benji, Levi, right? None of the tribes, right? Y'all can't find your way because y'all don't want to turn back to the Lord in fear and sincerity, right? You want to go and turn to the same hand, right, that slap you upside the head, right? The Lord is using the damn white man hand to slap you upside the head, right? But guess what? You don't want to acknowledge that the Lord is doing it, right? You want to love Master so much, right, that he will just give you a bypass, right? He will pardon you, right? And just, eventually all of these woes and aches will go away. Well, guess what? They won't. You see that? You know what I mean? Not until Big Bro come back, right? I just wanted to add this in. I ain't had no footage really of Northern Kingdom celebrating. It didn't want to just record families, but I just wanted to go around, a couple neighborhoods that I live around and just see if Latinos was celebrating 4th of July, which I pretty much figured that they would. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to bear witness to it, right? All praise to the Most High God. May the Most High God love and mercy endure forever, right? For Yasharala, as it said in the Holy Scriptures. Till next time, Shalom.